Okay, so many of you are from manufacturing, then we have banking, oil and gas, logistics, IT, healthcare, okay, education. Oh, okay, so it's a mixed uh, participants. So I'll try to take some neutral examples which are applicable everywhere. Yeah, so thanks for that. And also, if you can just let me know one more thing, and that is which department you belong to. So around 40% of the people are from quality, okay, and 21% are from operations, and other people, finance, procurement, supply chain, okay, great. Engineering, okay, quite a few people are from engineering. Okay, thanks a lot. So based on whatever you have told me, I have made my agenda, and this is the agenda. We'll introduce you to the company. I'll also introduce myself, and then we'll start with the Lean Six Sigma benefits. Then we'll introduce you to Lean Six Sigma, and then I will introduce you to DMAG with special emphasis today on data analytics part. Okay, then we'll see some of the applications in the industry, and we'll do some projects also. We will learn a tool and apply these tools to the project. That's how we'll learn today. That's how when I do the green belt or black belt training, we learn the tool, apply this to a virtual project, and that's how we learn. We also tell you to apply along with us. Today, of course, as a yellow belt, you don't have to do anything. Just sit back, relax, just listen to me. As a yellow belt, you don't have to actually do a project. You should be able to support a green belt when he does the project. But when you are a green belt or a black belt, you have to actually do a project. And we train you in the green belt and black belt, we train you how to do a project. Today, we'll show you how a project is done. Once again, a formal welcome to everyone. Those who are joined new, special welcome to you. As people join, keep joining.
Hi, welcome to Anexas. Anexas has been consulting and training the professionals in the organizations around the world since 2006, and we have trained more than 150,000 people and consulted for more than 500 organizations, which includes Fortune 100 organizations too. I'm Amitabh Saxena, and I have designed this program based on my 30 years of experience while working in various industries across many domains. The whole Anexas team once again joins me in welcoming you.
So once again, warm welcome to everyone. I'm joined with my team today, and they will also help you to answer some of the questions in the chat box. And towards the end, of course, we'll invite you to our green belt and black belt training programs as well. Of course, to get that invitation, you have to fully, undergo the yellow belt. About the organization, we have been around for the last 17 years, enabling individuals and organizations achieve excellence. And this we have been doing since 2006. More than 150,000 professionals trained in Lean Six Sigma, project management, artificial intelligence, data analytics, strategic management, etc. I'm a chemical engineer, MBA finance, used to work 12 hours per day 30 years ago. Yeah, wanted to earn a lot of money, but was not getting enough money. One fine day, the organization told me that they are sending the top 10 performers for Lean Six Sigma Black Belt certification. And I thought that I would be one of the top 10 performers, but unfortunately, the company did not think so. So I was not nominated. But good thing what I saw was that those who were nominated and those who completed the training, they could do, their capabilities improved drastically. Their way of working changed, and they could even influence the organization positively by a few $1 million. They could do projects, improvement projects. So I thought, I will go for the next batch, but next batch never happened. So I invested my own money, looked for an institute. Those days, I'm talking about a long time ago, 25 years ago or so. There were very few institutes. I had to spend a lot of money, got my black belt certification. After that, I got my Master Black Belt certification. I'm a data scientist, PMP, CPHQ, etc., etc. And I've consulted, as I said before you today, I've consulted more than 200 organizations, including 15 Fortune 100 companies, and I'm author of 2 books. I'm a poet also. If you have got interest in Hindi poetry, you can in the Facebook. There's a Hindi page, and in Amitabh Saxena written in Hindi. You can just subscribe to that or just like that page, and you'll get to know about my other aspect as well. Well, we are talking about Lean Six Sigma here, and mm, uh, I've guided more than 1,000 projects, multiple domains. I've been speaker in reputed conferences like ASQ, IQPC, etc. And I have some videos to prove that. Maybe I will show you all these videos for the next 5 minutes, because first 10, 15 minutes, people keep joining in. So I will just wait for them. You too can achieve all these things and much more. That is why I'm telling you all these things, because you will learn today, not only from my experience, but also from what my students have achieved, because they have achieved great things. Today, they are CEOs, CXOs, owners of multi-million dollar companies, startup entrepreneurs. Some of them are very famous, big names. Many ministers also are my client, by the way. I'll show you 1 or 2 video clips, although I have got many video clips with the different Ministry of Health ministers as well, from Saudi Arabia, India, Dubai, Vietnam, and UK. Just to prove that I'm not joking, we have photographs to prove that I've run training programs around the world. I proudly tell every time that I've conducted the first ever black belt training in whole of Middle East. Okay, Shubham is asking which company you have worked. Okay, I started with Bharat Petroleum, Indorama Polymers, so Indorama Group, like Indorama Ventures. Then I started the Lean Six Sigma practice for big four companies, consulting companies. And then that includes KPMG, AXA. I worked with AXA, Deutsche Bank, before starting the practice in Copenhagen in Denmark. Yeah, I think Shubham, you got your answer, I hope. And this is the Novartis, the largest pharmaceutical company in the world, based in Switzerland. This is that badge, and lots, awards, and different forums, different conferences, and even TV shows as well.
Hi, I'm
It was
Shekhar
a
Suman, and
Zee
I wish to
Business TV show.
congratulate all the Six Sigma certified black belt from Anexas. All the best.
I hope the volume is okay. And yeah, we had a lot of fun. We had a 13 episode fully devoted to process excellence, etc. ASQ have been 8 times.
On 21st of May 2019, I'm going to speak in
multiple conferences worldwide.
It's an honor to have railways as our clients. Anexas को बड़ी खुशी है कि हमारे पास railways हमारा एक client है और सबसे मजे की.
And yeah, so I have also written articles in Times of India, Economic Times, Gulf News, and Dainik Bhaskar in the newspaper. So, well, that was about me. And now let us talk about Lean Six Sigma benefits. Can you please tell me what are the similarities? What do you think is similar here? A manufacturing company improves production by 30%. A hospital reduces discharge time of patients. 64% reduction in recruitment time. Hotel improves customer experience. Bank reduces errors. Insurance claims time reduced by 70%. What is common here? So time, defects, improvements. Abdullah says improvements. Muhammad also says errors. Growth, Javed, Stock, yet Ahmed, Abraham is saying solving a problem. So all of you are right, absolutely. And they are all Lean Six Sigma. One more commonality between all of them is they are all Lean Six Sigma projects. So what you do in Lean Six Sigma, you apply project approach to process improvement. Applying project approach. What is the definition of a project? The simple definition of project is it has a starting point, it has an end point. It doesn't exist after some time. It's a one-time endeavor. Yeah. So today's cycle time is 10 days to complete a job. I would like to reduce 10 days to 8 days in the next 3 months. That becomes a project. Yep. So you are using improvement. You are using project to improve a process. So many clients, they are all using Lean Six Sigma. Almost everyone is using Lean Six Sigma nowadays. What can Lean Six Sigma do it for you? It can reduce the cost, defects, waste, rework, cycle time, and also it can improve the quality, efficiency, productivity, customer satisfaction, capacity, etc. And which CEO would not love a person who can achieve all these things? So everyone loves a green belt or a black belt, right? Let us see how Lean Six Sigma started. So here I will play a small video of the history of Six Sigma. By the way, the videos are all available on our YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe to the video to the YouTube channel, just go to Anexas, search for Anexas YouTube channel, and you can subscribe, and you'll get lots of videos. The whole training program is also available in Hindi. If you want to, attend that program in Hindi as well, it's all available. Just go to Anexas Europe video channel.
Achieve all these things. So, well, Lean and Six Sigma green belts and black belts are those individuals who can do improvement projects in the organization by choosing improvement opportunities and converting these improvement opportunities into projects. It all started in Motorola when Bob Galvin, the CEO, took a challenge saying that I would like to improve everything by 5 times in the organization. And he was told about some statistical tools and techniques which Bill Smith and Michael Harry were using to improve the processes. Bob Galvin was so much impressed with what Bill Smith and Michael Harry were doing, he told them to develop a methodology which, if applied to the organizational processes, can improve the processes. So he was particularly impressed with what Bill Smith and Michael Harry were doing. They were choosing improvement projects. Now, what is the definition? As I told you, definition of a project is it has a starting point, it has an end point, it doesn't exist after some time. So Bill Smith and Michael Harry would translate the improvement opportunities in the organization to projects, and applying tools and techniques of statistics, they would find the root causes of the problem, and then after solving the root causes of the problem would impact the organizational bottom line. Both of them developed Six Sigma DMAC methodology. They started training the green belts and black belts. Green belts and black belts were the people who could fight all the quality related problems in the organizations. Six Sigma brought in a lot of benefits for Motorola, and it also won Malcolm Baldrige Award in 1988. Jack Welch of GE was so much impressed with this methodology that he told his employees that you would not be promoted if you are not a green belt. So everyone wanted to be a green belt, everyone started doing projects. Then GE started telling their vendors and suppliers that if you want to have business from GE, you need to implement Six Sigma. So vendors also started asking what is Six Sigma, and GE would say that we will send our master black belts and train you in this methodology. So in this manner, Lean Six Sigma spread out around the world, and today almost 80% of the Fortune 100 companies and many, many more companies around the world have implemented Six Sigma and Lean. Lean started in Toyota. Hi.
So you're on mute, sir.
Oh, sorry for that. So yeah, so I'm not going to talk about Toyota's story, but if you are interested in Toyota's story, I've got a video. It is available on YouTube channel, our YouTube channel again. So the link we'll provide you here. It's about flow used in Toyota, and you will get all the information. You'll get lots of information along with the 2.5 hour training, which I'm going to provide you today. You'll also get some videos. Please watch these videos. This will enhance your knowledge multifolds. So now let us talk about what is Lean Six Sigma. So I'm just introducing you to those people who have never heard of Six Sigma. I'm assuming that you are totally new to Six Sigma. So what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is about reducing the variation in your product or services, and Lean is about reducing the wastes in your processes. And both of them will lead to lots of cost reduction and also customer satisfaction improvement. So let us look at first a typical model of an organization. And I'm going to make a model of all the organizations of this world. Try to fit your organizations in this model. I'm sure your organization is producing some product or a service, which is the output. It is either a product or a service, or capability to deliver a service, right? And how it is produced? By following certain process steps. Some inputs are taken, which are received from the suppliers, of course, and they are processed using step A, B, C, D, which is known as process. These steps are repeated again and again, multiple times, again and again, multiple times. Anything, a series of steps repeated multiple times is known as the process. A series of steps repeated multiple times is known as a process. I'm sure you know about your processes. And every process produces an output. The output is either a product or a service, and output goes to the customers. Customers will give you feedback about your product or the service. And also, you can estimate the demand of your product or service. And your planning department or the strategy department, based on the feedback received, might suggest certain changes to the standard operating procedures, policies, procedures, etc., and also instructs the suppliers to provide the inputs related to the demand of the customers. So this is how any system operates. This is how any organization operates. And this is known as systems thinking. If you are from one department, you are from department B, and if you're only thinking about department B, that is known as silo approach. There is a silo. Silo. Silo means I am in my own silo. I don't care what's happening to the previous department, what's happening to the next department. I'm in my own world. I come to the office at 9 o'clock, go at 5, and I've got 20 jobs to complete. I just finish it off. I don't care what's happening after me, what's happening before me. That is known as silo approach. What is systems thinking? Systems approach. Thinking like the way I just drew the picture. Systems map, also known as value stream map. How the value is created in organization. How the value is created in your organization. That value stream map depicts that. And what is the value? Value is not the product or the service. No. Value is what the customer values. What the customer is looking for. Customer is not looking for the service or the product. Customer is looking for some value. Like, for example, you are my customer right now. What is the value you are looking at? Are you looking at the training? Training is the service we are providing right now. But are you looking at the training? No. You are not interested in the training. You are interested. What is the value? Value is maybe transfer of knowledge from my brain to your brain, right? Or basically gaining wisdom about Lean and Six Sigma, seeing some real tools and techniques, and understanding how Lean and Six Sigma can help you as an individual and also for your organization. That's the value you are looking at. That's the knowledge. So that knowledge is that value. Now, if I tell you to deliver this value, I take a flight, or let's say I go to the airport in a taxi. I book a taxi, I travel in the taxi, go to the airport, show my boarding pass, sit in the lounge, wait for the flight. All these are non-value-added activities. Stay in a hotel, eat my lunch and dinner. These are all non-value-added activities for you. What is value-added is transfer of knowledge or gaining the knowledge. So think in terms of value, and you will find that a lot of things which you are doing are non-value added activities. Your customer values something, and of course, you have to follow some process steps, but not each process step is adding value. You have to identify these non-value added steps. We call them as a muda. Muda in Japanese means waste. Waste. This is something which is not adding any value at all. That is known as waste. So identify the waste, and there are various ways of identifying the waste. But of course, due to shortage of time today, I'm going to talk about data analytics more. So very briefly, I'll just tell you there are different wastes. So the wastes which are there, many of you might be knowing it: overproduction, waiting, transportation. Recognize lot of waste is there. Lots of waste is there in your process. Remove that, and you will get to know, you will get to reduce the cycle time, right? Then what about Six Sigma? Six Sigma is about reducing the variation. So let us say that you are manufacturing chocolates, and the chocolate weight has to be, let's say, 100 grams, 100 plus minus 3 grams. That is the specification limit. Specification limit is set by the customer. Customer is telling you, please give me a chocolate which weighs around 100 grams, or plus minus 3 grams is my specification limits. Maximum 103, minimum 97. Maximum 103 is actually your management telling. Don't go give, the customer is paying for 100 grams, just give up to, no, don't go beyond 103. Because you can't produce every chocolate exactly at 100 grams, isn't it? Some variation will be there. So that variation is the allowed variation by the customers. Both are your customers, the stakeholders, like your shareholders, as well as your customers. The people who are using your chocolates, eating your chocolates, they are also customers, along with the shareholders of the company. Now, lower specification limit, LSL, is 97 grams, and upper specification limit is 103 grams, which we will call it as voice of customers. We can call it as voice of customer. Now, right? Now, if, let me write here, 97 is our lower specification limit, 103 is our specification limit. This is what is voice of customer. LSL USL. Remember, lower specification limit, upper specification. Now our process has got its own voice. My machine is not listening to me. My people are not listening to me. My system is not listening to me, right? The standard operating procedures, the way we have trained our people, the way we operate our machines, the way we maintain our machines, and even in banking example or healthcare example, our performance would be within certain limits. So if I take the same example of chocolates, when I look at my chocolate, oh, I am going up to 94 grams and I am going up to 106 grams. So some chocolates are going up to 94, not many, but sometimes. And some are going up to 106 grams. So here I'm dissatisfying my buyers, and here I'm dissatisfying my shareholders. Isn't it? If I reduce the variation in my weight to 98 to 102, there is a very less probability of me going beyond the specification limit. So in a way, I am saying I will reduce my control limits. See, what is the control limit? Control limit is the actual today's performance of your process. Today's performance of your process. Voice of process. So now my process is telling, as if my process is telling, I am going to produce the chocolates between 94 to 106 grams. Your customer may want whatever he wants. I don't care. What I have to do is I have to make my process. I have to change my process. I have to maybe make changes to the standard operating procedure. Maybe I have to train my operators. Maybe I have to overhaul my machines, or maybe replace my machines, whatever requires. I have to first find the root cause, what I need to do. And after taking an action on the root cause, I make my chocolates between 98 to 102. Wow, everyone is satisfied. And there is very less probability of creating defects. That means very few errors or defects or mistakes. Six Sigma, we reduce the variation in our process. Now, how we do it? Of course, both cases, reducing the waste in the process, reducing the variation in the process. I can follow DMAIC. I can follow DMAIC, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. DMAIC. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. LSL means lower specification limit, upper specification. USL means upper specification limit. Specification as specified by the customers. Right? I will take that example one more time, and I will take another example to explain this part a little bit in more detail in a short while. But first, let us understand who are yellow, green, black, and master black belts. Yellow belts are those people who know about Six Sigma, but they cannot do any projects because they have not practiced any tools. Green belts are the people who have practiced the tools, who have applied these tools and techniques to some projects. And when you join our training programs in green belt and black belt, we do a project together. Yeah. And we learn these tools, these techniques together. The green belts learn around 100 tools, and black belt around 50 additional tools, to total 150 tools. And they know almost all the tools and techniques known to mankind. I can I can tell you like that to solve any problem in any industry. Okay. And master black belts are the people who can roll out Lean Six Sigma in any organization, who can train green belts and black belts, who can consult the organizations, who can manage Lean Six Sigma initiative, a program in a company. Anexas is one of the few companies in the world which has a master black belt training as well and certification as well. So we have green belt, black belt, master black belt, yellow belt, right? White belt is also, white belt is, by this time you are a white belt. You can say, consider yourself as a white belt. Maybe after 1 hour, yeah. 1 hour is already not over, yeah. After 1 hour, you can, and you would have gotten introduced to the basics of Lean Six Sigma, and you can say you are a white belt. You can go to our website and answer 5 questions about Lean Six Sigma, and you can download the white belt certificate as well. But do it after the training. Do it after yellow belt. So don't go now. Don't go. Hold on. Learn some additional concepts, statistical concepts. Today we are going to talk about data analytics. So you'll learn a lot of statistical concepts today. So in the next 2 hours, which is remaining now, you'll learn lots of statistics. So let us do a project as we learn about statistics. Let's do a project. We'll be learning these tools today. We will be learning SciPOC, project chart very briefly. Then emphasis today is on the data, types of data, normal distribution. I'll talk about average, standard deviation, mean, median, mode, and what are control charts, introduction to control charts. Then we learn about cause and effect diagram, Pareto, box plots, scatter plots, and if possible, FMEA also. And maybe if time permits, today's emphasis on data analytics. So that is why I'm saying, if still time is there, maybe I'll talk about brainstorming techniques, 5S Pokalki as well. Otherwise, I can tell you about the roadmap of how Lean Six Sigma is implemented in an organization. So are you ready? Best way to learn is learn a tool and apply that tool to us real life situations. So that's what we are going to do. Let's imagine that a company, an engineering company engaged in oil and natural gas engineering projects, wants to reduce the recruitment cycle time of their engineers. So recruitment process, everyone understands. That is why I'm choosing recruitment process. Now, projects are done in a process. Please understand. Projects are done in process. Taking you back, these are processes, and your organizations have got multiple processes. There's just one process I drew. There would be multiple processes producing multiple products. You will find then there are delays, errors, high costs happening. These problems you need to solve as a green belt or a black belt. Now, typically, a customer is interested in some of the measures of your products or services. What are the measures? Measures of your products or services. In Lean Six Sigma, we call it CTQ, critical to quality characteristics. CTQ, critical to quality characteristics. Typically, 3 CTQs mostly will be there for sure. There could be many, maybe 50, 60, hundreds as well. But 3 would be always there. One would be cycle time, time taken to complete a job, time taken to complete a delivery, time taken to discharge a patient, time taken to make 1 ton of chocolate, whatever, time taken, cycle time. Another is error or defects, anything what the customer does not want. And another is the cost. So most of the customers will be happy if you're delivering on time, without any error, and at a low cost. Plus, there could be many. Like, for example, in the chocolate example, weight was there. In a hospital, infection rate could be there. Or patient discharge time could be there. Yeah. So these CTQs may, depends on which process we are talking about. But the model remains the same. This model which we are talking about remains the same. And as a green belt and black belt, you have to choose a project. Where is the customer dissatisfied? He may be dissatisfied about the cycle time or the errors or the cost or weight or infection rate, whatever customer is dissatisfied about, you create a project chart out of it. And when you are given a system to improve, you first draw a systems map. We also call it, as I told you already, value stream map, how the value is created in my organization. And then after that, identify which area needs your attention. That is not a CTQ. And choose one, usually to begin with, as a green belt. Usually we recommend you choose only one CTQ. And take this as a project with a timeline to complete. And that's what we are going to do. And everything is done in the team. Everything is done in a team. Don't do it alone. You form a team of sponsors. So the manager of the process, in whose process you are doing a project. So project is done in a process. Project is done in a process. Please understand that. So which is the process we are talking about here? We want to reduce the recruitment cycle time. Which process we are talking about? Recruitment process. Yeah. And we are going to follow DMAC project, DMAC methodology. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. First, in define phase, we define the problem. Like, for example, let's take a simple example. I wanted to reduce my weight. Doctor told me once that you are too overweight and you need to reduce your weight. I took this as projects. I defined first what is. In define phase, we just define the problem statement and goal statement. I said, today I am 90 kg. Goal statement is 80 kg. Then I formed a team. My family members, my doctor, my gymnasium coach, they have formed a team. And we embarked on the project. We started measuring. I started measuring my weight, 90 kg, 91 kg, one day, 89 kg, 90 kg, 90.2 kg, etc., etc. And most of the repetitive processes, as you will see in a short while, they follow normal distribution. So I will tell the world how my process is behaving. Most of the times I'm 90. I sometimes go up to 91.5. I go up to 88.5. This is how my current performance is. My control limits. Now you remember, control limits. Our lower control limit is 88.5 kg. Our control limit is 91.5 kg. I can even draw a control chart. Lower control limit is 80.5 kg. Upper control limit is 91.5 kg. This is how my process is behaving. Again, this is how my process is behaving. Well, I'm not happy with the process. Process is under control in the sense, it is not overshooting, like I'm not going up or suddenly down. It's predictable. Process is like stable. When the process is stable, that means it is ready for improvement. Yeah. When the process is stable, it is ready for improvement. We'll talk about that in more detail after a while. I'm just telling you a very, very simple, taking a simple day-to-day life example, DMAC. I measured. Then in the analyze phase, I brainstormed on the possible causes. All the causes, we call it as X factors. X factors. And what I'm trying to improve is the Y. I designate it as the Y. We say Y is function of X. So I have identified a lot of possible factors. It could be eating habits, it could be the portion, it could be how much I eat, it could be what I eat, it could be sleep, it could be stress levels, it could be exercise, so many things. There are multiple, lots of things. But not everything was responsible for my high weight. There's a lot of things. I found applied Pareto chart. We learn about Pareto. Mr. Wilfredo Pareto was an Italian economist who found that 80% of the wealth in Italy was with 20% of the people. 80% of the wealth was with 20% of the people. And he saw this applicable everywhere, not only in Italy, but almost all countries. And then also he saw that not only for wealth, it is applicable everywhere. Like 80% of the crops were of 20% of the types, all the possible types. Your organization also, it is true that 80% of your revenue is coming from 20% of your customers. By the way, your boss will also tell you that 80% of my jobs are done by 20% of my team members. I hope you are in those 20%. So, Pareto, not everything is responsible for my problem. And for me, there were two root causes. I think for me, it was lack of sleep and exercise I was doing, so that's not a problem. And portions, like portions what I used to eat. These two were my root causes. I acted on it. I came out with some very innovative ideas and implemented those ideas. And the process, which was earlier under control with control limits of 88.5 to 91.5, now changed its control limits to 80. Now it is 79 to 81. So this variation is still there, but my control limits have changed. And the best is I am able to sustain it over the last 2 years. I've been able to sustain it. So this is the real improvement. Otherwise, I reduce the weight and after 7-8 months again goes back. No, that is control phase. You have to establish certain control plans so that you don't go back to your original stage. That is your DMAC. Let us use this our recruitment process. So we form a team. The person who owns the process, manager of the process, is known as process owner. The head of the department is known as sponsor or the champion. The person who's guiding is known as master black belt. And people who are doing the projects are known as green belts. We start with a CPHQ. Problems are not in the people, problems are in the process, right? So first you look at the process. First with the high level process. We call it a CPHQ. Now remember again, I'm taking you back to it. Value stream map. S for supplier, I for inputs, P for process, O for output, P for customer. CPHQ. Supplier, input, process, output, and customer. Yep. Let us have a look at 50,000 feet view of your process. Basic 5 steps. Generally, we write a CPHQ starting with customers. So I identify my customers. What are the outputs? Recruited employee. What are the basic 5 steps? These are the 5 steps. What are the inputs? These are the inputs. Job description, CVs, budget, HR staff, right? Processes like receive shortlisted resumes, interview the shortlisted candidates, etc. These are the basic steps. And these are the inputs. And these are the supplies. The measure on the Y, measure on the output is known as Y. Measure on the process and inputs are known as X factors. What is the measure on the output? Output is a recruited employee, and one of the measure is recruitment time. Customer is unhappy about the recruitment time. That is my Y. Right? That is my Y. And Y is function of X. Now my recruitment time depends on time taken to receive and shortlist the resumes, time taken to interview the candidates, time taken to the mobilization plan, time taken to mobilize the candidate. Also CVs available, not available, budget, job description available, not available, all these things. Yeah. Lot of X factors might be the cause of my high recruitment. And not everything, but few of them would be. Which of them are really affecting or impacting my recruitment time? I would like to know that. So for that, I will use different tools and techniques. So when you want to make a, by the way, when you join our green belt sessions, black belt sessions, we also give you some interview tips. Say, for example, now I'll not give you interview tips for each and every tool, but just as an example, I just very briefly, I talked about SIPOC. And if someone asks you about SIPOC, you can always say something like this. So we have got these videos on our...
We are discussing about the Lean and Six Sigma interview questions. Let me talk about SIPOC. SIPOC is a tool derived from Deming's systems approach. He used to say that 85% of the problems are due to the processes and only 15% are contributed by the people. It is a tool that gives you 50,000 feet overview of the process. If you give me only one page to give maximum information about the process, then I would use a SIPOC. So if you are asked about the SIPOC, then you can say that it is a tool that is used to see the overall process in one instant. It gives the whole picture of suppliers, inputs, process, output, and customers. And the SIPOC, the acronym, stands for that. It makes us follow the systems approach of Deming. It is usually done in the define phase immediately after you have written the project charter. Once we know the project, then we make a SIPOC on the process in which you are doing the project. This helps us to focus on the process rather than blaming the people for all the defects, errors, and delays. To make a SIPOC, we move from right to left. That means we start by identifying the customers, then the output, then process steps, and the inputs and the suppliers. SIPOC helps us to identify the inputs or the X factors which are influencing our output, that is the Y. Because Y is function of X, SIPOC is the starting point of using the statistical methods. After that, you can give an example of a SIPOC of a process from the organization for which you are appearing for an interview. I hope you found this useful. If you liked it, then you can forward to your friends too, and keep letting me know which questions you would like me to answer.
So when we talk about data, people are afraid of giving data. Sometimes they say we do not collect the data because they don't want to give the data. They think that you will collect the data and make some graphs and charts and expose your inefficiency, their inefficiency to the whole world. Or sometimes they say we have too much of data, but we don't know what to do with this. So today we'll see what we can do with the data. And sometimes people say analysis is too complicated. Well, not anymore, because you have got softwares. I'll demonstrate software called Minitab. When you join my green belt and black belt session, you get the software and also you get to practice on those softwares. And you can solve. In fact, if you use the analysis tools properly, and it's very easy to learn those tools nowadays, you can understand your process much, much better. Sometimes people say that we understood our process for the first time when we did the analysis. There are 3 rules. The first rule is you cannot measure, you cannot improve if you cannot measure. And the second rule is, okay, by the way, do you think everything can be measured? Do you think everything can be measured? Yeah, so many people will say no, but let me tell you how you can measure everything. So the rule number 1 is you can't improve if you cannot measure. Second rule is you can measure everything. And how? If you think, the third rule could be, if you think something cannot be measured, go back to rule number 2. Jokes apart, rule number 3 is, If you think something cannot be measured, try to measure it in terms of qualitative data. So I'll tell you what is qualitative data or attribute data. So there are two types of data, continuous data and attribute data. Continuous data means anything which can be represented on a number line. Okay. Like age, 54.5 years, which is my age. Now, it can be represented as a unit. It has a unit. It also has a possibility of a decimal point. It can be represented on any point on a number line. Number line typically runs from minus infinity to plus infinity. So any point with any number of decimals, right? Continuous data, continuous scale can be represented. But attributes is like categorical data. You can count the data. Generally, you can count as either in discrete numbers, 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. We call it as attribute data. So there are two types of data, continuous and attribute, quantitative and qualitative. Okay. Continuous data, recruitment cycle time is a continuous data, 50.2 days. Attribute data would be something which you feel is difficult to measure. For that, I will give you a trick how to measure everything. First, write that attribute which you want to measure. And then after that, you create category of that attribute. And after that, you count how many times that particular category is appearing. Then you can calculate the proportion. Then you can also calculate the percentage. Yep. So it will look something like this. You want to measure, let's say, can you tell me anything which you think is difficult to measure? No, you can write in the chat box. You can write in the chat box. Some people are raising hands. Better. Ocean is very easy to measure. We can estimate the volume of water on Earth. Yeah. Even distance of Earth, everything is wisdom, thoughts. Yeah. See, happiness. Yogita says happiness. Okay. Let's say happiness. Let's take happiness. Or whatever a lot of people have given, love. Zubair is saying love. Knowledge, Empada is telling. See, whatever you have written, now apply this technique. I'm applying to happiness right now. Create a category out of that. If you can't think of any category, two categories always are possible. Presence or absence of your attribute, whatever you have written here. Presence means happy, unhappy. And if you have written happiness, love, so say love, no love, love or hate. Okay, love or neutral or hate, maybe. Three categories. Now, what is the purpose of measurement? The purpose of measurement is to improve, isn't it? I want to improve my happiness or improve, let's take industrial example. I want to improve the happiness of the employees in the organization. Yeah. I checked with 100 employees. 60 people said, I am happy. And 40 people say, I am unhappy. Proportion is 0.6 and 0.4. What is proportion portion out of 1? If the circle is 1, what portion belongs to happy and what portion belongs to unhappy? 0.6, 0.1. That is proportion. And the percentage is, if you consider the circle as 100, percent. Cent means 100. This is 60. And this is 40. Right? Now, I can know that 60% of my employees are happy today, and I will increase my happiness of the employees from 60 to 80% in the next 4 to 5 months. That becomes a project. Yeah. And then I will investigate, do my cause and effect diagram, etc., and why the people are unhappy. I'll find the root causes so that at least 60% becomes 80%. And that is what is an improvement project. And after 6 months, when I again measure happiness in the employees, you'll find out of 100 employees, randomly selected, 80 are saying I'm happy, and 20 are saying unhappy. Yeah. Now see, all these things are recorded. We are recording this live program. So you can always watch this video as many times as you want. Okay. And by the way, if you just subscribe to our channel, not only this video, but lots of other videos, something similar to this. Let me show. I'm not sure if. Oh, yeah, here. Yeah, whatever I'm telling you. Yeah, already recorded. I've just give a happiness example. I can show you the happiness example. Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, where it is. Okay. Yeah.
Always count how many employees are happy. Let's say 60 employees are happy and 40.
So all our trainings, the recordings are available on our Anexas YouTube channel. Please subscribe and you'll get an access in English as well as in Hindi. Everything is available. We have introduction to Lean Six Sigma and Arabic as well. Those who are interested, you can even take that. I hope you understood what are the two types of data. Anyway, we have measured. Once you know, everything can be measured. Here, of course, the recruitment cycle time, it's very, very much measurable. And now we create a project charter, and we have created a project charter. Problem statement is we are taking 50 days to recruit a candidate, and we would like to reduce this 50 days to 30 days. This will save us around $300,000 per month, per annum, because we are billing the client for the engineers, for the work done by the engineers. And if we recruit them faster, we get the money faster. Okay, good. So you write your financial opportunities also in the project. Now in the measure phase, you know the why, but you would like to search for X factors. Y is the symptom, X is the root cause. See, why, you can't do much about it. The symptoms you can't do. So symptoms like, you can observe, you can monitor, but you can make changes to X factors. When you go to the doctor, and let's say I go to the doctor and I tell, well, I'm having fever. Now the doctor will, if the doctor is a Six Sigma professional, what he will do? He will say, well, what your CTQ measure, you can't improve if you cannot measure, right? So he will measure, and probably the CTQ is the body temperature. But But he doesn't try to reduce the body temperature. He doesn't work on the why. Actually, he takes some, collects the data, blood sample, X-ray, etc. And then he finds what is the root cause. And then he gives medicine to that root cause. Similarly, you are a physician or a doctor of a process. As a green belt or a black belt, you are a doctor of a process. Process owner come to you. Oh, there are delays in my process. Customer is unhappy, high costs, too many errors. Yeah. But you don't focus on the errors or delays. You find the root causes and act on the root causes, and automatically your errors will reduce, your cost will reduce, and delays will reduce. Yeah. If you just see why or the symptom, these are the results. Yeah. Don't worry about the result. Result will automatically come. Like, tree, you sow the seed and give water, put water and fertilizer. Automatically, the fruit will come. The result will come. It will be taken care of by the system. Result is not in your hand, isn't it? What is in your hand is X factors. So focus on X factors. If you focus too much on Y output, you will get stress. That's it. So you can monitor the symptoms, but you can control the X factors. So let us learn about some basic statistics. See, once you collect the data, it depends on the data. If you are dealing with continuous data, see, every data has got central tendency and variation. Central tendency is measured by mean, median, mode, and variation is measured by range or standard deviation. Now, just wanted to check, how deep you would like to go. You see, this is the yellow belt training. So in the yellow belt, generally, we don't go into too much of statistics, in-depth statistics, because some of you are just here to know the basics of Lean and Six Sigma, and that's what yellow belt is, supposed to do. But some of you might be interested in going deep into statistics. Not sure, should I go too much deep into statistics, or should I just introduce you to the more, time is limited. So either I can go deep into statistics, or I can just talk about more concepts, more tools, without going deep into everything. So central tendency, mean, median, mode, variation is range, interquartile range, and standard deviation, right? In either case, if you are dealing with continuous data, you can make a histogram. Like recruitment cycle time is a continuous data. Most of the time, the recruitments are taking 50 days, but some are taking 55 days also. Some are taking 60 days also. Some are taking 45, some are taking 40 days, some are taking 35 days. This is known as histogram. Historical graph. Histogram. And here also, it always fits into something called as normal distribution curve. Normal distribution. Mr. Carl Friedrich Gauss. In 17th and 18th century, he found that most of the repetitive processes, they follow normal distribution. He called it as normal distribution because it is normal to obtain a normal distribution. Okay. It is normal to obtain a normal distribution. Now, I can't make histogram here, attribute data. No, 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 no. You cannot make histogram. Here you can make a bar chart or a pie chart. Happy, unhappy. Because we are talking about categories, right? Happy, unhappy. Or a pie chart. Happy, unhappy. Pie chart, bar chart, for attribute. And one more thing, maybe I will not go into the details of the formula of a standard deviation in this training, but if you are interested in learning about even derivation of the standard deviation formula, I have actually explained it in one video, which is again available on our YouTube channel. I will give you the link. You can just after the training, see, I'm giving you a lot of very, very powerful, knowledgeable links. So after this, please try to spend at least 2 more hours. If you study all the links, whatever I'm giving you, you will almost become a green belt. Almost, not fully, but almost. So the standard deviation, here Naveen has given you, look at in the chat box. Naveen has given you the link, which is standard deviation. Standard deviation link. Now, watch this and understand the formula and the derivation of the formula for standard deviation. For the time being, I will not go into that detail, but let me tell you, Mr. Gauss, he found that every repetitive process follows normal distribution. It has got an average represented as X bar. Like, for example, here it is 50, right? And a standard deviation, which is what it could be anything. No. Let's say standard deviation is 5. It could be easily obtained from Excel sheet, but I will show you using Minitab. Now, as a yellow belt, you don't have to really learn the Minitab software. Just see the capabilities. And of course, in the green belt session, I will teach you all these things, how to collect the data, how to analyze the data, etc. But for the timing, I'm just showing you. This is the recruitment cycle time. Recruitment cycle time of 15 candidates. I can easily ask Minitab to make a histogram, and Minitab will make it, and it will tell you average is 50 and standard deviation is 5. Average is 50, standard deviation. Now, what is the use of this? What is the use of this? What does it tell about the process? Okay, let me tell you. Mr. Gauss, coming back to Mr. Gauss, he found a very interesting phenomenon. What he found? He found that for all processes, I'm not talking about only recruitment cycle time, for everything, all processes in the world, repetitive processes in the world, the 99%, to be precise, 99.73% of the whole population lies within minus 3 times standard deviation to plus 3 times standard deviation. Minus 3 times standard deviation to plus 3 times standard deviation. That means you have an average X bar, 1 time standard deviation, 2 times standard deviation, and 3 times standard deviation. minus 1 times standard deviation, minus 2 times standard deviation, plus minus 3 times standard deviation. So let us try to fit this. Let us try to fit this in our example. How many data samples I collected? Only 15. But total recruitments in the year, I make 500 recruitments, the large company, right? Can I predict about all the 500 recruitments by just taking a sample of 15? Yes. How? Let me fit this into our normal curve. What is X bar? X bar is 30, sorry, 50. 50 it is. X bar is 50. What is 1 time standard deviation? Standard deviation is 5. So 50 plus 5 is 55. What is 2 times standard deviation? 60. And what is 3 times standard deviation? 65. What is minus 1 time standard deviation? 45. What is minus 2 times standard deviation? 40. And 3 times standard deviation? 35. This is also known as lower control limit and upper control limit, LCL and UCL. Remember that. LCL and UCL, lower control limit and upper control limits. Now, if I put this on a horizontal axis, LCL is 35 days, UCL is 65 days. So if I keep plotting my recruitment time for various recruitments, it will vary something like this. Most of the time it will be around 50 days. Sometimes it goes to 55. Very few times it reaches around 63 also sometimes. But most of the times. This is how my process is operating today. I hope you are with me. I hope I have not lost you. Some of you told I want to go deep into statistics. I'm going deep into statistics, right? Okay. Now. Let us look at how do we interpret. I hope you are with me up to here. This we call it as voice of process. My recruitment process is telling me, hey, I'm going to recruit people between 35 days to 65 days. This is the way I am. This is the way you have your policies, procedures. This is the way you have trained your people. This is the way you have created a system. This is the way you have used old software. I will recruit people from 35 days to 65 days. But there is a voice of process. It tells me, well, please recruit candidates within 30 days. Customer. Voice of customer. Javed is telling, don't worry, sir, I'm with you till the end. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Abdul Rahman is saying, yes, thank you. Shiv Mohan is saying, no, not lost. Very good. Thank you. Very good. Shweta is saying, okay, thank you. Okay. Shweta, by the way, I'm Amitabh, and Amitabh Bachchan's daughter is Shweta, right? Those who are not from India, just to tell you, my first name resembles one of the Bollywood actors who's very quite famous in India. And not only in India, maybe many around outside India as well. Well, so I was just joking, right? So here, voice of customer is telling me, please recruit people within 30 days. So what I need to do is I have to change the control limits of my process to somewhere here. And it is not an easy task. It is not an easy task. This is like a cultural shift. This is like a change of DNA of your process. And there you need these Six Sigma approach. So Six Sigma is applied to chronic problems, which are there for quite some time. In the last 2 years, our rejection percentage is 10%. We have tried everything, goes up to 9%, 8%, sometimes 10, 11, hovering between 8 to 10, 11%. Now this needs a Six Sigma project. Our sales is around $1 million to $1.5 million every month for the last 2 years. Process is under control. See, we say process is under control. Here, process is under control. It is not out of control. See, process is out of control will be like something like this, One recruitment happens in 90 days. Sometimes I recruit in 5 days. This is out of control. The special cause. We call this as a special cause. Like usually it doesn't happen, but something happened on that day. We call it a special cause. I can assign a reason, but I should not try to assign a reason here. What happens is, we don't have wide thinking. We operate like this. How? Let's go to think of your department. And instead of 35 and 65 days of recruitment, think of if you are in manufacturing, say tons per day, 35 tons per day to 65 tons per day. This is your production. On an average, 50 tons per day. If you are in sales, $35,000 to $65,000 per day of sales. Average is $50,000. Yeah. Whatever. Or you are monitoring errors or customer complaints. 50 customer complaints every day, going up to 65, going up to 35. This is how every process behaves. All your KPIs behave like this. But how we monitor? Let's take an example of, let's say manufacturing example. Oh, I have got 63 tons of production today. Wow, great. Yeah, that is my KPI. KPI is Key Performance Index. Means my CTQ, my measure, which is important for my performance. Production, 63, very good. Last 6 months, best ever production happened. Very good. Clap, 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 clap. Celebration in the cafeteria. Come everyone. We are proud of the team. Very good. Next day, it goes to 45. Oh. Managers repenting. Why did he throw the party? I think people are now started relaxing. They've started. They're not taking jobs seriously. Because of the party, now people are. He's assigning reason. A Lean Six Sigma, green belt or black belt. Statistical thinker will say, well, don't assign any reason. This is the natural behavior, natural variation of the process. Process will continue to be. Okay, next day, maybe when it goes to 45, the manager comes and gives the nice lecture to everyone. Importance of production, the motive types of, or hires a motivational speaker. The motivational speaker says, well, you can do, yes, you are the one, you are the chosen one, you can achieve everything in life. And the production next day goes to 55. People say, wow, motivational speaker did the good job. But a statistician or green belt, black belt say, well, this is natural variation, even though you don't throw a party, even though you don't get the motivational speaker, you will continue to behave like this day in and day out, continuously for next 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years, 6 years. But we waste our energy. Oh, gone up, gone up, gone up, gone down, gone down. No, this is the natural behavior given by your system. There are many causes. See, we call it common causes. Common causes means what? Whatever is your why, here recruitment cycle time is your why. Or earlier I was giving example of production or customer complaints. Anything can be your why. Lot of X factors are affecting your system and producing this variation. So commonly X factors are acting on a system and producing this variation. This is known as common cause variation. Common cause variation. Well, I think I have got a video as well. I've taken an example of a simple example of traveling time to my office. I've explained the same thing. Let me show you that video. Sometimes in the videos, that you can you have visuals, etc. Nice visuals. So sometimes you are able to drive home the points much in a better way. So let me show you that video as well. Yeah.
So if you want to change, if you want to make changes, go ahead with it. And your data collection plan should be such that it should be able to gather data about both X factors and the Y factors. Once you have collected the data, then it's time to display the data. We also use descriptive statistics here. So you can use a histogram, you can make a control chart, you can display the data collected as run charts, etc. To give you a little bit idea of what is control chart, let us take a simple example. Suppose I collect the data of my travel time from my home to office every day. And I find that on an average, I'm taking 30 minutes and standard deviation is 5 minutes. And we know how to calculate the standard deviation and how to calculate the average. Now, if I plot the data on a histogram, then lower control limit would be -3 sigma limits, that will be 15 minutes, and upper control limit would be 45 minutes, that is plus 3 times the standard deviation. So lower.
I hope you understood how I got 45 and 15. Yeah, 30 plus 5, 5, 5, and 30 minus 5, minus 5, minus 5. Right? You can do the calculations.
Control limit being 15 and upper control limit being 45, I can say that my travel time is going to vary between 15 to 45 minutes. So you can expect me to travel to my office every day between 15 to 45 minutes. If someone asks me why this variation between 15 to 45 minutes is there, I can tell him that it is due to common cause variation. What is common cause variation? I can say that the variation between 15 to 45 minutes is due to lots of factors. These factors can be the traffic on the road, the weather, the car I use, my mood, or it can also depend on at what time I start from my home. So a lot of factors, which we can call it as X factors, are affecting the travel time, which is the Y here. So I can make the statement that the variation between 15 minutes to 45 minutes is due to the common causes. Means all the causes are acting on my system and producing this variation. This is known as voice of process, as if my process is telling, my traveling process is telling that I will take between 15 minutes to 45 minutes. Now, if I take 60 minutes to travel to my office, then same question is asked to me, that why did I take 60 minutes? Then my answer won't be that all the causes are acting on my system and producing this variation of 60 minutes. I might be able to point out a cause. We call it a special cause. So I may say that I took 60 minutes because maybe today there was too much traffic on the road, or it can be any factor. So when I go out of control limits, I can specify a special cause, and we call this variation as a special cause variation. So we have two types of variation: common cause variation and special cause variation. Common cause variation is part of the process, part of the natural variation of the process, and special cause variation is assignable variation. I can assign a cause to that particular event. Now, what is the difference between common causes and special causes? For special causes, you need to take immediate action. Means you need to take a prompt action so that you are able to bring the process within control. But for common causes, you should not take any specific action. Usually, the common cause is within the control limits, and If you want to act upon the common causes, you might have to change the control limits, and changing the control limits takes effort. You may have to do a DMAC project. You may have to do a lean project. You may have to do a Six Sigma project, and that's what we are doing. That is why we say that lean and Six Sigma is applied to chronic problems. A process is behaving in a certain way. It is behaving within some control limits for a long, long time. Last 6 months or 7 months, your procurement time has been, say, 120 days plus minus 30 days. And I would like to change the control limit. I would like to change the DNA of my process. And that is why I would need to do a Six Sigma project. To understand.
So that was a quick recap using a different example. I hope it helped you. Now, let us go back to our project. Let's not forget about recruitment cycle time. So I just wanted to make you understand some basic statistics, and that was basic statistics, right? So we collect the data and we plot our histogram, and we also identify, we define a defect. What is a defect in our process? Any recruitment taking more than 60 days, that's a defect. Any recruitment taking more than 60 days is a defect, or maybe 50 days, whatever. And we have 27 defects right now. Out of how many? 47. So we calculate DPMO, defects per million opportunities. So in 43, I had 27 defects. In 1 million recruitments, how many defects would have been? I would have, say, for 27 divided by 43 is around 67%, right? 62%, or 62. So in 1 million, 627,000, right? You can do the calculation. So DPMO is defects per million opportunities. Then there is a chart. I'll not go into the Sigma level calculations in today's yellow belt training session, because emphasis is on the data analytics part. So, but just to tell you, you can always look into a chart, or there are automated Sigma level calculator also. You will get your Sigma level. But one thing about Sigma level, you can understand that higher the Sigma level, better is the process. So if your defects are more, your Sigma level will be down. If your defects are high, or defects are lower, then Sigma level will be high. It is something, coming from normal distribution again. But I've explained this part in another video called ZLT and ZST. If you are interested, you can even go into that and watch that on our YouTube channel again. But right now, for the time being, today's topic is more into data analytics part. So I'm going into that. In the analyze phase, now we are into analyze phase. We have known how we are performing. Really, we are not performing well. There are quite a few defects. 62% of our recruiters are going beyond our specification limits. I need to improve my process. Now let us worry about the causes. What is causing these delays? So there are two approaches you can do, because emphasis today is on data analytics part. So I'll focus more here, but very quickly I'll tell you, you can also do a as-is process map, Gemba walk. I told you what is Gemba. Look at how people are actually doing the job and identify the wastes. So you map the process in detail, identify the wastes in the process, and try to reduce them. You can also use escape analysis. Eliminate, simplify, combine, automate, and parallel, ESCAP. Means you ask these 5 questions on every step. Can I eliminate it? Can I simplify it? Can I combine it with some other step? Can I automate it? Can I make it a parallel with some other step? In 2 hours of escape analysis, you will come out with a totally new process. More about escape, you can see in the chat box, I have given you a link with an example. I have explained escape in detail. Please watch that video. For the time being, good enough for right now that you can do as escape analysis, do a process mapping analysis. But now focus is on data door now. So cause and effect. Invite people, brainstorm on possible causes, all the possible causes. Get to people and tell them, think of all the possible causes which are leading to delayed recruitment. And people will come out with lots of ideas. You organize the similar thoughts together. There's a cause and effect diagram, fishbone tool, also known as the Ishikawa diagram.
Sir, you're on mute, sir.
So when you are looking at the cause and effect diagram, you can use man, machine, material, methods, measurement, 6 M's techniques. Man, machine, material, method, measurement. And one more thing is man, machine, material, method. Yeah, Mother Nature, the environment. Think of, all these areas and you will find that man, machine, material, measurement, method, and Mother Nature. These are the 6 M's. Brainstorm on all the possible causes. Not all the causes, obviously, will be responsible. So you have to zero down on few, vital few. So how many causes are appearing most of the time? You can use voting technique, or you can actually collect the data. In Minitab, this can be easily done. If I go back to Minitab. Oh, just one more thing. We have learned about control chart. So let me first do a control chart, then I'll go to the cause and effect diagram here. I can also see what are the lower control limit and upper control limit of my recruitment cycle time. So I can make a control charts. You can see that my control limits are between 36 to 64. Average is 50. Process is under control, but of course, it's not satisfying the customer. I need to improve it. And the cause and effect diagram, okay. I brainstorm on all the possible causes related to man, machine, material, measurement, environment, or Mother Nature. And I plot it on everything is nowadays, simplified, automated. After wait for 5 years, after some voice command it will take. Just Minitab, please make a cause and effect diagram for me, and it will create it. So I have fed in the data. You have got this is the cause and effect diagram. These are the causes. Now I collect further data. Which cause is occurring more? So I start writing for every delayed recruitment, I start assigning reasons. And you will find that some of the reasons are appearing more as compared to others. I can ask Minitab to create a Pareto chart. Right? You can use a Pareto chart. So Minitab will count how many times each cause is appearing. Maximum assessment time is appearing most of the time. Job description is not available is appearing. Approval time and type of hiring, delegation of these are some of the root causes. Yeah. Now we can further investigate. If you want, I think Pareto, most of you are aware, right? Are you aware? Most of you are aware, right? Pareto. Should I explain? You can manually also make a Pareto chart. Yeah. So first cause and effect diagram, man, machine, material, method, and there is no money there. Huh? Please remember, there is no money. Money is not one of the bones of cause and effect diagram. People confuse with that. So I have listed down multiple causes. And Pareto is nothing but a bar chart arranged in descending order. Highest cause occurring first, then lowest. And this line which is there, this line is nothing. So everyone is aware of Pareto, right? So I'm not going to spend too much time. In fact, in our class of green belt, black belt, we even manually draw the Pareto. Pareto is like a very simple common tool used. This line, what is this line? Is the cumulative line. Means first two together are giving you, so 34% plus 23% is giving you 57%. First three together are giving you 73%. First four are giving you 84%. So this first four are giving you 84%, which are your vital few. Vital few. So let me focus on these four and forget about the other 10 or 20 causes. That is what is Pareto. But before I make changes to the process, I would like to validate them. So I'll collect further data. So see, approval. I thought approval is the root cause. Job description availability, not available. That is one of the root cause. Types of hiring is one of the root cause. Assessment time is one of the root cause. That's what I feel. So what I did, I collected the data further. Recruitment number. What was the approval time? Was the job description available or not? What type of hiring it was? What was the time taken to do the assessment for that particular recruitment? And what was the recruitment time for that particular recruitment? So I have got this data with me. I collected for 15 samples. Now, depending on what type of data I'm dealing with, I will do my analysis. So let me give you the rules. When I'm dealing with two continuous data, X and Y both are continuous. X and Y both are continuous data. Like, for example, age and experience. Both are continuous data. As the experience increases, age also increases. They are positively correlated, you can say. Right? Time taken to do a job and experience. As you are more experienced, time taken to do job decreases. Like, for example, now I'm experienced, like 33, 4 years of experience. So time taken to teach you yellow belt tools is very less. 20 years ago, the same tools, I used to take 1 day to 2 days to teach the same tools. But now I'm experienced. I know what is going on in your mind. So I can teach those tools in a shorter time, isn't it? Just taking example, right? Now this is negative correlation, right? This is negative correlation. Positive correlation, negative correlation. And then sometimes it could be no correlation also. Time taken to teach and number of hairs on the head. There is no correlation. Or maybe there is a relation. Who knows? If you lose hair more, time taken reduces. It reduces. You don't know. But basically it is, I hope it's not related. So positive relation, negative relation, no relation. Now this will help you to improve your process. So say for example, if I want to do a job faster, I will hire a highly experienced person, because if a cycle time is very important, yeah, or I'll give the job to that experienced person in my team. Yeah, so you can make your conclusions or improvements based on those relationships. Now, these are all known as scatter plots. Whatever I showed was scatter plot, because both X and Y were continuous data. Everywhere you see X and Y were continuous data. I'll use a scatter plot. But when one data is continuous and one is attribute, like for example, say production in the plant and the shifts. I'm running 3 shifts. Morning, afternoon, and night. Morning, evening, or night. Okay. Now, morning, evening, and night is attribute data, isn't it? Categorical data. Can I use a scatter plot? Can I use a scatter plot here? No. Production in the morning is high. Evening is also high. In the night, it is low. Here we use box plot. Now, what is a box plot? I have not told you, actually. But if you are interested in knowing what is a box plot, I will give a link. You watch that link. Watch that. Watch that. More information about the box plot is all available there. So you can always use a box plot. Now, what does this box plot tell you? Is the shift affecting your production? What do you think? Is the shift impacting your production? Yes, it is impacting, because in the night, the production is low. So the shift is the root cause. But suppose this was the case, morning, evening, and night. In that case, I'll say shift doesn't impact. My low production is due to some other reasons, not due to the shift. But here, shift is the root cause. So I will focus on the night shift to improve my production. Here, shift is not the root cause. I will not focus on the shift. I'll focus on machine. Maybe I'll focus on the raw material. Maybe I will focus on something else. But definitely not the shift if I want to increase my production. So box plot, scatter plot. Now let us see how to do it in Minitab. So I can, let's say, I want to know whether a recruitment time is impacted by the approval time. Well, let us see that. Is it impacted? Both are continuous data. I can make a scatter plot. Now it appears that they are impacted, right? They are impacted. How about recruitment time and assessment time? Let us see. Well, assessment time is not impacting because they appear not to be correlated. So I got my one of the root cause, which is approval time. So I need to focus on the approval time. Similarly, let us look at job description availability. Here I will use job description available or not available is categorical data or qualitative data or attribute data. So I will use box plot. And now I can see that yes, when job description is not available, it takes more time. In fact, I can see the difference also. It takes around 10 more days. So if I just ensure job description availability for all my jobs in the whole organization, in the next 2 weeks, I'll say, make all job descriptions of all the positions in the company, and immediately it will reduce the my recruitment cycle time by 10 days. So data-oriented way of problem solving, not intuitive, not experience-oriented. We say, well, in experience, Deming used to say, in God we trust, rest others bring data. Means I'm not going to trust you if you don't show me the data. So if you want me to trust you, you should get the data. So get the data and then only I'll trust you. Here, based on the data, I'm making my conclusions, and based on the data only, I'm giving my suggestions. Otherwise, if based on the experience, you may say in the previous organization, this was the root cause, but that was the root cause in the previous organization, not in this organization. So don't trust the experience, trust the data. Recruitment cycle time and types of hiring. Is it impacting? Let us see. Not much. Now, sometimes there is a confusion. So instead of box plot, you can do ANOVA, analysis of variance. Okay. Instead of box plot, you can do analysis of variance. Analysis of variance is a hypothesis test. Okay. Whenever you are doing hypothesis test, like a scientific investigation, you give equal chance to both possibilities. Like, say, for example, I want to know recruitment time, is it impacted by job description? So you will say maybe yes, maybe no. Null hypothesis is always no, means not impact. It is not the root cause. Null means not the root cause. If job description has nothing to do with the recruitment time. And alternative hypothesis is yes, it is the root cause. When I do a hypothesis test, I will always get a p-value. Now, this is a yellow belt training, so I'll not describe too much of what is p-value, but just I'm giving you a simple example. You will always get a p-value. If p-value is less than 0.05, that means it is the root cause. So let us see, let us do an ANOVA on recruitment time and job description. I'm doing an ANOVA on job description. What is the response? Response is recruitment time. Which factor I want to study? Job description. What is the p-value? If it is less than 0.05, it is affecting. P-value is 0. Wow, it is affecting. P-value is probability of me going wrong if I tell this is the root cause. So my probability of going wrong is almost 0. If I say this is the root cause, I'll say with confidence, this is the root cause. Job description availability is the root cause, and I'll tell the organization with full confidence, or 95% confidence generally we say, that please make the job description available. Please spend time on it. You will reduce your recruitment times. How about types of hiring? Should I do something with the types of hiring, expat, local, shareholders? Well, let us see. Let us do an ANOVA on that too. And types of hiring and p-value. Let's see the p-value. Let's look at the p-value. Well, p-value is 0.50, more than 0.05, more than 0.05, I'm telling you. It's 0.5. You will be 50% wrong, my dear friend. If you start working on it, ignore that. That is not the root cause. Forget about it. Statistically, I'm making my judgments, my dear friends. Statistically, I'm making my judgments. Similarly, for continuous and continuous, you can do regression. So, I'm not going to too much, like there are other tests also, regression, chi-square test, multiple regression, binary logistic regression. If you want to learn all these tools, they are not rocket science. They look like jargons, but they are not rocket science. The way if you have understood up to here, you'll understand everything. Join my course. Yeah, definitely you can join my course. A lot of people are asking how to join your courses. Well, Naveen has got the dates. He will tell you in a short while what are my dates. You can join online. Everything is online. So now everything I am actually making my judgment. Validated root causes, this was the simple rules of analysis, just what I discussed. Continuous attribute box plot, or ANOVA, etc. So if you want to join my live training, you can join. There are 2 projects done in the class. So before I move to the improve phase, if you want, and would you like to know about the dates as well? Would you like to know about because we still have to go through the improve phase and control phase. So I'll take you through this. Then also tell you how to implement Lean Six Sigma in an organization, the whole process. That also I need to tell you. But before that, because some of you are asking about the dates, why you are in a hurry? Let me tell you about the dates. Okay. Okay, let me ask you a question first. Would you be really interested? Those who are interested only. Wait. Sorry. Can I? Can you please uh, uh, enable the ending poll once again? By mistake, I closed the poll. Victor is asking cost. Okay, I'll tell you the cost. Can you please enable the poll once again? Is it possible to do that, Naveen? So, if your answer is yes, then if you become a green belt or a black belt or even a master black belt, and you can do it at one go, green and black and master black belt. Green belt is generally 3 to 4 days, and I'm just enabling the poll. Yeah, so can you please answer this? So if you have got, so in case you are interested, you'll get all the information about our all the details of the program, dates of the program, even the fees of the program. It's not much. Don't worry, it's not much. It used to be a lot. Actually, the regular fees is too much. A personal training in your corporates also, if you are interested, I'll be happy to deliver that as well. I love going to the places, going to the companies and conduct the training programs. If your company is interested, please connect me to your learning and development manager or operations manager, or whoever is the responsible person for these trainings. I'll be happy to conduct these trainings in your organization. So some of you have said that, yes, you are interested. So I will definitely send you all the information. And let me, okay. Okay. So you'll be able to reduce the cost, improve the quality. You can become a problem solver. You can consult your own organization. And you can also start on your own, like me, right? So, sorry, the dates are, yeah. So dates, I'll tell you, but let me tell you the fees. Fees is, where is the fees? Okay, so original fees is actually, so you'll get a green belt, then a lean expert certificate, then a black belt, then a master black belt, project completion certificate, 50 completed real projects you will get, Minitab software, virtual project completion in the classroom, annual membership to alumni group, PMI PDUs if you are a PMP as well, and everything. Regular costs is given here, but if you register today or tomorrow, by tomorrow, if you make the payment, a lot of things come to you for virtually free. Plus, not only this, on top of it, up to 50 to 70% discounts. So how much would be that you will, once you connect with us, we will be able to tell you exact price, what is applicable, because the price keeps increasing as the days reduce from the days of training. Like right now, I think the days are, I think Naveen can show you the dates of the training. So Naveen, if you can show the dates. So before I take you to the improve phase and the control phase, these are the dates. So we are starting from May 27th. If you are not free on May 27th, then you can go for June 24th batch also. That is weekend batch, Saturday, Sunday. We also have a Friday, Saturday batch, which is starting again on the same days, Friday, Saturday, or so Saturday, on Saturday 27th May, we are starting. So one batch will run on Friday, Saturday, and one batch will run on Saturday, Sunday, almost whole day. Then a weekday batch, if you are interested in the weekday batch, morning, 2 to 2 hours over the period of around 2 to 3 months, that gives you, that starts on May 30th. And evening, this batch starts on June 23rd. Yeah. And yeah, I'll be the trainer for these batches. And then we will be doing projects also. So I will be allocating master black belts. We will be doing projects together. Yeah. You'll be guided by our team as well. So it's a very nice journey, enjoyable journey, little long journey. Yeah. It takes 1 month, 2 months to become a full-fledged black belt. But it's worthwhile. And master black belt around, so around 3-4 days, green belt, 3-4 days full, if you are going for full days of black belt, 3 days green belt, 3 days black belts, around for 3 to 4 days of master black belt, you can become a full-fledged consultant. These are the timings given here. You can choose your options, whatever is good for you. And yeah, the certificate is available for this workshop also if you want. So white belt is free. You can go to the website and download the certificate from white belt after the training. Don't go now. And yellow belt, there's a very minimum admin fee, which is equal to what you will pay for a lunch or a dinner. Because I have a team, I can conduct the sessions for free, but we have a team, large team supporting us, and we want this to be sustainable for a long time. So we are just asking for a little bit of fees. This is not much. You can, if you are interested in yellow belt certificate only, you can pay for that and you can get it. This certificate is worldwide valid from AEC, Copenhagen, Denmark, it's coming from, and you will get a badge as well. You will also get credentials. This badge you can use on your CVs or your LinkedIn profiles, which is verifiable. And anyone can verify. Just click on the badge and they will verify that you are a certified yellow belt. Similarly, green belt and black belt. We are also affiliated to all the different certifying bodies. Also, if you are interested in some particular certifying body exam, you can appear, because we conduct whatever we are following the syllabus of everyone. There are so many certifying bodies around the world. We are affiliated to AEC, we are affiliated to IASSC, we are basically, what matters is the knowledge. You can get certification from anywhere. We provide this. Fees includes AEC certification, and but if you are interested in any other exam, just appear for the exam. You will pass. That I can assure you. There are some free upcoming webinars also. You can go for them as well. Now coming back. Now let us go back to our projects. So we were in the improve phase. Let me show you. Improve phase, we have found the root causes. Now we come out with ideas. You can use different techniques. Now there's a technique called 635 technique. Video will explain to you what is 635 technique. Video actually I'm not showing now. You can watch that video separately on the link. You can also do an FMEA, failure modes and effects analysis. You imagine how you will fail in implementing your idea, whatever idea you have thought of. FMEA, how to do with the template, with an example, is also given in another video, which link is also I'm providing. You can watch that as well. A lot of resources for you. Yeah. Spend another 2 hours. After this, spend another 2 hours. You will get a lot of knowledge. In fact, I will request, please do an FME. After learning FME, it's like 18 minutes video with an example. Just try to follow that example and do it FMEA yourself. Do an FMEA yourself in an Excel sheet. The template is also given to you on that website as well. Try to do an FMEA in your company. Think of any problem and try to use it in your company's problem, and you will be surprised that you will get a very good solution in 2 to 3 within 1 or 2 hours of doing an FMEA. Means, of course, 2 hours you have to spend on FMEA with the team if possible. If you are doing alone, maybe 1 hour, but you'll get a very, very good idea of how to solve your problem, pressing problem. Whichever method you are using here, they used it. I'm not going to the details of the improvements here. For every cause, they got a root cause. For every root cause, they got a solution. They implemented that solution. And once they implemented the solutions, they were able to reduce the time to 30 days. And not only reduce it, they were able to control it as well. So today's emphasis is not on control phase. So I'm not going to the control details. But finally, they were able to save a lot of money, much more than what they intended to. And when they did a before and after control charts, I'll show you the before and after control charts. You can see the control limits have changed. Earlier it was 50 days, now it has become almost 25 days. They are able to hold the gains for a long, long time. And this is the chart every CEO would like to see. And this is also statistical validation. In green belt and black belt trainings, we know we'll do 2T test, 2T test to see whether there is a difference, statistically significant difference between before and after or not. Then only we will validate our improvement. So that was about the journey of whole DMAG. Now let me show you how do we implement success. Oh, before that, let us try to play a game. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, here's your chance to win $10 million. Okay. First question on your screen. The inputs to a process are called the X's, the Y's, the out of scope, or the gauge R&R. Right answer will give you $10,000. Wrong answer will not give you anything. Yes. Virtual game, virtual money. Yeah, so most of the right answer is the X's. Yes, this is the X's. The output of a process is what the customer sees, out of scope, The big X are not measurable. The right answer will give you $100,000. And let's see, fastest fingers first. Who gives the right answer? Well, a lot of people give the right answer. Yes, the answer is what the customer sees. Which of the following is not a deliverable of the DMAC analyze phase? What is not in analyze phase? What is not coming in analyze phase? It is not part of the analyze phase. Yes. See, the solution in analyze phase, they're coming in the improve phase. Very good. Good performance. Well, so you have reasons. Okay. Now let me show you some of the implementations of Lean and Six Sigma. How Lean Six Sigma is implemented in the organization. Okay. So when you want to implement Lean Six Sigma in an organization, some of you might be thinking of implementing in your own organization. So what is the process of that? So first we create a team, usually a quality team, you can call it a process excellence team or whatever team you can name it. And you identify projects in different departments. Okay. You create an infrastructure, a steering committee, which comprises of the senior management, top 4-5 topmost senior professionals, senior managers, the organization, and department heads. They become the champions. They help choose the projects, right projects, which have strategic business objectives, which are linked to the strategic business objectives of the organization. And we have got black belts and green belts who are assigned these projects. And master black belt, who is guiding these green belts and black belts, do the projects. So first we start with steering committee formation, then champions. Sometimes we do a champions training as well. Champions or sponsors training. Here I'm seen doing a champions training for one of the Swiss companies. Senior managers were trained in the basics of Lean Six Sigma. We, with the help of a game, we demonstrated how these tools and techniques really work. And then after that, they nominated the green belts and black belts from their teams. Now I'm talking about another organization. I'll keep taking different organizations example. So now the green belts are in the session. They have come for the training. And once they have come for the training, they are your team name. This is forming, storming, norming, performing. So we have got here 1, 2, 3. So what we are trying to do here is we are getting the people, assigning their projects, and now this is an icebreaker. And your slogan 1, 2, 3. Green air, go. Okay. And your song.
1, 2, 3, go. Let's go lean. Let's go lean. Let's go lean. We are the champions. We are the team.
Wow. So now people have come.
Team name.
They have
1, 2, 3.
They are
Slogan 1, 2, 3.
They will learn. So they will learn and complete the project, apply these tools and techniques, and then finally they present the projects to the sponsors or the stakeholders. Like this person in National Healthcare Service in UK who has presented.
Well, we have Alex with us, and he has done excellent Lean and Six Sigma projects in National Healthcare Service and in hospitals. So, Alex, would you like to tell us something about it?
Hello, I'm Alex Wells, Head of Service Improvements at the Royal Liverpool University Hospital. I've been really fortunate to present today on how us as a trust are using Lean and Six Sigma principles to deliver better care for our patients. I've presented today on a lot of the work that we've done around how we've improved patient outcomes, reducing mortality, improving length of stay, and also talked about how we can actually realise some financial benefits from that. Over the past 2 years, we've been really fortunate that we've done some good work, and it's actually delivered us £2 million worth of quality efficiencies through delivering better patient care.
And then there are many organizations who have even done it on a long-term basis. Like 3-4 years, Bank Muscat completed 40 projects. 10 years, Nakel completed many projects. Means we have lost the count. And here's CEO talking about it.
My name is Mohammed Al-Bayati. I'm the CEO of NAPL. Through Anexas, Mr. Amitabh has taught me and more than 1,000 employees of NAPL, Six Sigma and Lean processes. This affected our bottom lines by millions of riyals, and it is having a big impact in changing our company from a local company to a regional or multinational company. Thanks to Anexas and Mr. Amitabh. Thank you.
So today the focus is not on lean, so I'll just skip this part. So ADNOC, SABIC, Aramco, a lot of clients we have. Deputy Health Minister of Saudi Arabia, Dr. Tarif Alama, who has attended our session. He's giving us credentials.
We have
So lots
Dr.
of
Tarif Alama
around
with
the
us,
world we have got.
Deputy Minister.
And let me show you once again. Please join us. I'll recommend get lots of discounts on your fees. Today and tomorrow, there'll be huge discounts. Just connect with us. You are invited to attend my Green Belt, Black Belt, Master Black Belt training. And if you are interested, just click on the link and we will be happy to give you all the details. We have done this in many companies.
So I reached out to our operations. Increase the reliability of the time it takes to update our queue time boards, because as you know, every minute that guest waits in a queue line is super important.
We had the brainstorming session with the team and we went through a few topics and then we chose the most appropriate one for the course. The chosen topic was Reduce Facilities Management Service Request Closeout Time.
So I was eager to use statistics and data analytics to solve a business challenge. One of the challenges we had is the erosion of the retail per capita spend in Ferry World Abu Dhabi, and that was my topic.
Well, actually, being an HR professional, recruitment lead time has been always a problem across the board. So taking that subject in specific will help me improve onto the recruitment cycle.
So what we had worked on was redesigning the product launch process, which we've now implemented.
We had a discussion within our team, and the most critical area that we faced was our closing process. So we decided among ourselves that this is the one that we should go for.
Yeah, the course that we did was a week-long online facilitated course. It was fantastic. It showed us the whole methodology behind Lean Six Sigma, and it also provided a various amount of tools that we could be able to use to improve all of the existing processes that we have here in the park.
Well, it was 1 week training. It was very interesting and always energetic in terms of interaction in the class. Every single day has been different and the knowledge sharing has been remarkable.
This gave us a broader perspective to understand the issues, and it gave us opportunity to do some brainstorming, and we were able to come up with better solutions from a wholesome perspective.
It was a very stimulating experience where we met every day with the colleagues, all very engaged, eager to learn, and keen on and willing to actually pause, step back from their day-to-day work to get some new perspectives. So it was really a refreshing exercise.
When an issue comes to us, we try to think about it from a Lean Six Sigma perspective. We try to define the issue, we make a project charter about it, we try to analyze it. So it has changed the perspective of how we look at issues.
Statistics allowed me to understand the root cause of the problem and come up with the very targeted improvement initiatives that we aim at implementing within the year. So every dirham per cap increase would represent 1 million revenue uplifts in a standard year, so the impact can be significant.
Well, this program is in benefit not just for me as a recruiter, but it helps the whole organization in terms of how we can identify issues, how we can look into problems.
So what's really exciting is that since we completed the course and we implemented all of the changes that we worked through, we have 100% seen a decrease in the time that it takes to upload the QTime boards, which is really cool. And one other really exciting thing is that one of the recommendations that the team and I put forward through in our project, for the project I should say, is that has now been funded through the business. So you'll have to watch this space for more. I can't tell you just yet.
I would say satisfaction, quality and experience, and I say that because my project was focused on how we can improve the product launch. So we wanted to get customers satisfied and improve the customer experience, and we wanted to improve the quality of the products that we were issuing to guests and the overall process that we had within the business to launch new products.
I would say that it has definitely brought consistency to the team, awesome efficiency for sure. And the only other word I can kind of think of is it's brought alignment, not only alignment within the department, but with all of our rides here, also alignment within the business and even with our competitors. So it's a win-win.
I think the biggest personal improvement is giving a framework for doing process improvements. I've always worked in customer experience, and so we're always looking for new ways to how we can improve the customer experience, but the training is now given a framework and a methodology to make sure that we can be consistent and using the best practices to do it.
I'd say that's
Okay, so this was about some of the, I'll also leave you with some of the various Lean Six Sigma applications in industries. Any specific industry you'd like to see, you just let me know. I'll be happy to put that part here. And thanks for some of you have already registered for the training. So thanks a lot for that. And many of you have inquired for that. So thanks a lot. And I'll be waiting for you on 27th May or whichever date you are choosing. We have got 4 batches starting, and any of the batch, all the 4 batches, of course, will be taken by me. So any of the batches, I'll be happy to welcome you. And thanks a lot for registering, those who have already registered. And thanks a lot for those who inquired. Please go ahead.
The world we have created is the product of our own thinking, and we cannot improve the world without improving our thinking. The long-term chronic problems of manufacturing companies like low productivity, lower machine efficiency, high rework, high inventories, high product wastage can't be solved using only experience, logic and intuition. You might be a good operations person, a good engineer or an excellent operator, but you need to have basic knowledge and understanding of some problem solving and process improvement tools too. Here is how Lean Six Sigma can improve your processes in manufacturing. Lean Six Sigma is defined as a business improvement method that aims to maximize the shareholders' value by improving the quality, speed, customer satisfaction, and reduce the costs. It merges tools and principles from both Lean and Six Sigma to do this. It has become the most popular business strategies for deploying continuous improvement in the manufacturing industries. With its help, you can make sure that only essential steps remain in a process. The moment I say Lean Six Sigma techniques, high quality, low cost, increased profits, and customer satisfaction should automatically come to your mind. It is very rightly said that machines are mere pieces of metal if they cannot be made efficient. Lean Six Sigma helps you to do this. What is the core of Lean Six Sigma? It's DMAC. Yes. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. It helps you to reduce the existing problems with unknown causes. Here we train the staff of the manufacturing units as the green belts and black belts, and they convert all the problems into improvement projects. So now the difficulties become opportunities. Then they complete these projects and get certified. It's a win-win for both the organization and the employees. Now, how does Lean Six Sigma decrease the cost? Shijo Shingo said that the most hazardous waste is the waste that we do not recognize. Firstly, Lean Six Sigma focuses on removing the 7 wastes like overproduction, transportation, inventory, etc. from a process. In manufacturing sector, this step can lower the cost of a process by leaps and bounds. Secondly, Lean Six Sigma focuses on solving the problems caused by a process. Here we focus on the processes, not on people, because we believe that 85% of the problems are due to the processes and not due to the people. Defects in your product can cost your organization a fortune, so the focus is on reducing the defects by focusing on the processes. Let me talk about some Lean Six Sigma tools that can be used in manufacturing. Value stream mapping, Kanban, 5S, cause and effect analysis, control charts, DMAC, 5 Whys, Kaizen, hypothesis tests, etc., etc., etc. Let us talk about a few. 5S. A well-organized workplace becomes important if you want to eliminate waste and reduce the errors. 5S is the way to do that. Control charts. By understanding the control charts, you can understand the difference between the common causes and special causes. For special causes, you take immediate action, and for common causes, you take long-term actions. Kanban. It is a visualizing tool on maximizing the flow of goods and work without unnecessary inventory or transportation. Then we have 5 Whys. Ask why 5 times, and you will get to the root cause of the problem. Hypothesis tests. They establish the relationship between the outputs and inputs, and you can get the root cause with 95% confidence. Value stream mapping. It is used for defining and assessing the movement of the raw materials from the beginning of the process to delivery to the customer. It is a way in which the current state of a process is documented and the future state is visualized. If you want in-depth knowledge about all the tools and techniques, you can always join my Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and Black Belt training programs. So that was about Lean Six Sigma in manufacturing. I hope you have got a clear picture about why Lean Six Sigma is so important in the manufacturing industry. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss out on our important updates on the tools and techniques of Lean and Six Sigma and even project management. Happy learning! There are so many stakeholders in construction industry, the customer and the users of your building or construction, the project organization, the contractors and the staff at the construction site. Lean has something for everyone. Of course, our primary objective is to satisfy the customers, both external and internal, so you can reduce the project delays and quality defects in your organization. You can improve the safety of the employees at the construction site, reduce the inspection times and non-compliances, drastically cut down on the rework resulting from errors. We have even reduced the architectural designing time in many cases to almost 50% of the original time by eliminating the wastes in the process. Once a process has been perfected with the lean methods, there are safeguards as well as checks and balances put into place to ensure that this efficiency continues through the life of a building or structure that has been constructed. In this particular industry, errors mean danger and extremely costly rework using expensive raw materials. So taking the time to eliminate errors before they happen is crucial to the success of any company specializing in constructing any type of building or dwelling. If a construction company is looking to minimize defects, then Lean course can really help the bottom line and make a huge difference. You can even combine it with Six Sigma and make it Lean and Six Sigma implementation to take the advantage of statistical tools also. The employees take up improvement projects after getting trained as green belts and black belts. They focus on identifying and eliminating any unnecessary waste in that particular system. This is one aspect of lean certification methodology that creates great demand for certified professionals, especially true in the construction industry. A specialized lean certification in construction will give the employees the tools they need to improve the quality of whatever they are building. Lean is a skill set that all of the leading construction companies in the world know to invest in when it comes to hire their employees. Because this eliminates the errors and also improves the quality, customers start to take notice and become loyal to the brand, knowing that they will always be able to get the best possible building at the lowest possible prices. Companies who utilize lean methods know the importance of quality, and the quality of their employees are at the top of the list. Certified employees are a resource that construction companies are willing to invest in. This is why salaries of certified individuals are on an average significantly more than the non-certified colleagues. This also improves the overall corporate culture within a construction company. Because of the certified individuals, everyone knows their role and expectations within the company and exactly how teams need to work together to bring about the positive changes. Do share this video with your friends in construction industry and let me know on what topic I should make my next video. I am a Lean and Six Sigma certified Master Black Belt, have implemented Lean in many construction industries and would like to invite you to my Lean construction training programs. Lean and Six Sigma is an improvement methodology which reduces costs, defects, errors, cycle times, and increases the customer satisfaction, resulting in better efficiency and higher profits. In short, it does whatever a CEO or a shareholders want. It is used in all domains, be it manufacturing, services, oil and gas, IT, construction, banking, healthcare, textile, telecom, BPO, and whatnot. Here, we convert the improvement opportunities in the organizations to projects and train people like you who are working in these processes as green belts and black belts who execute those projects in 5 phases: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. In define phase, we set the direction for improvement by writing a problem and goal statement and forming a project team. In measure, we collect the data and understand how the process is performing. In analyze, we analyze the root causes. We map the process, identify the waste, use cause and effect diagram, Pareto analysis, graphical analysis, and hypothesis tests. In improve phase, we generate ideas to take care of root causes using lots of tools like brainstorming, mistake proofing, FMEA, etc. And in control phase, we sustain the improvements for a long time by using process management and control charts. To become a black belt, you just need to know addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and of course, a lot of fire in the belly. Do I need to tell you that? Of course, it is Anexas where professionalism meets fun and where people fall in love with statistics and process improvement. Well, that's what our clients tell us. And we take pride in telling that we are the best. If you are not doing Six Sigma with us, then you are missing something.